Who the fuck is buying Fiats, Alfa Romeos, and Maseratis? I don't see it. Do you? Welcome back to the channel. That said, we all heard the news about FCA, and I was kind of a little perturbed about it, and I was a little boggled by it. FCA made the announcement. Well, they were giving the indication that they were going to 86 Chrysler, and then they came back and they said, okay, Chrysler is saved. We saved Chrysler. Blah, 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 la, 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 la. These big wigs out in wherever the fuck European country they're from. You know, I got something to say about that. I have a theory of why FCA is trying to get rid of the American side of their brand. From all the news and all the kind of other stuff, they seem to have their head wrapped around the Jeep and the Dodge trucks. They understand that whole market. They understand what to do, to how to upgrade it, how to put billions of dollars into that segment. But what are they doing to Chrysler? They get rid of the 200. They leave them with the 300 and the Pacifica. So how you say it? Pacifica? Whatever. Pacifier. I call it a pacifier. And let's face it, guys, girls, people from the YouTube world, the 300 is an old platform. They know it. We know it. So what do? They haven't, since Chrysler is the upscale market, the Infiniti or the Lexus of the Dodge community, a Dodge world, you know, they don't seem to want to upgrade anything from the Dodge cars or anything along those lines. They seem to want to just kick the ball down the 5-year plan that they have, and just keep on selling the cars as is, as long as they can, until they stop becoming profitable. Does that make any sense to you? They announced what? Fiat is going away, I believe. That's what they say. And they want to push the Alfa Romeo and Maserati because they say it's profitable. Profitable my ass. Look at the numbers of what they've sold in the US. They're selling. I live in the major New York City metropolitan area, where we see everything from McLaren supercars to all the high-end luxury cars to the low-end stuff. I mean, everything across the board. And a couple things you don't see. You don't see Fiats. I mean, you see very, very, very few of them. You have to look really hard to find them. You see maybe every once in a blue moon you catch a glimpse of an Alfa, and then once in a blue moon you catch a glimpse of the Maserati. The only people who buy the Maseratis are the guys with the penis pumps in the back and the New Jersey housewives. So you know me, I had to chime in on this and my theory about what they are trying to do. I read an article about the CEO of FCA, and he said, I don't remember the exact quote, but he said something about Alfa Romeo being a recognizable brand, and that it had a market share. Market share. Look at their numbers. They might do somewhat well in Europe, or the Fiat brand might do somewhat well in Europe. But boys and girls that are too young to remember, Fiat, Maserati, and Alfa Romeo were here many, many moons ago. Their product, their stuff was garbage. They went and They were like the novelty car. You know, they were like the, oh, what the hell is that? Oh yeah. They weren't a reliable car. They had a bad reputation. That and the French company, whatever the name was of the French company that came here too, that was here, they sold some junk ass cars. They left in a hurry too. I see more smart cars than I see Alfa Romeos, Maseratis, and Fiats combined in this area. And that tells you a lot. So my theory is that I think the FCA group, these European guys, what they want to do is that they want to run Dodge and Chrysler as much as they can until their product kind of wears out, until they just totally lose money and push everybody out. And I think they're trying to push the Dodge and the Chrysler people, at least the car segment out, because they want to be able to utilize more money into their Alfa, into their Fiat programs, into their Maserati programs, and all that kind of stuff. That's my theory. Because they're already on the U.S. shores. They want to go into that luxury sports car market segment. Because if they really wanted to take care of Chrysler, they'd give Chrysler a high-end, one of the Alfa platforms, the Alfa Romeo platforms, to put into their Chrysler dealerships to sell as a Chrysler also. But they're not doing that. They're giving you an old 300 that is outdated, and let's face it, it's outdated, definitely outdated. So when people are coming into the Chrysler dealership that want that high-end luxury, or looking for something a little bit different than the regular Charger Challengers, the muscle car, GT cars type of thing, they go and look at the 300. And when you compare that to the current market of the BMWs, Mercedes, Audi, Lexus, even Kia, Hyundai, Kia, they don't stack up, not within the price range. So what else do they leave Chrysler with? The Pacifica. Shit, man. Chrysler invented the Caravan. Yes, the Caravan. Oh yeah, and also they invented the SUV market. What do you mean by that? Lee Iacocca was smart enough to buy AMC as part of their bailout when the company was about to go down in flames. AMC owns Jeep. Yes, you know your history. They nixed off the AMC brand. They took the Jeep brand over, and what did they create? The Grand Cherokee. Yes, the legendary Grand Cherokee. So, FCA, big middle finger out to you. You're not doing the right thing. What I meant by that is I don't see anything coming down the pipeline for the LS platforms. That's why I feel that FCA is trying to nix the car segment of the Chrysler and the Dodge group. If you sit inside the new 18s, they look exactly the same as the old cars. The architect of the car hasn't changed whatsoever. So for guys like people like me, it does not entice me to go out and buy another car. So what happens in 5, 6, 7 years from now when people are looking for new cars for this brand? They're not going to be around. Or what they're going to do is they're going to take their stupid Alfa Romeo platforms or the Maserati platforms, and they're going to take this into a muscle GT car / in your face, like fuck you type of car, and make it into some European Euro trash bullshit. God, I hope they don't do that. I really hope they keep the V8s as long as they possibly can, and don't mess with it too much. But you need to upgrade this. This needs to go to a different level. The SRT boys did a fantastic job of revitalizing this particular brand to keep it going, to keep the interest in this particular car. Hellcat. Then they came out with the Demon, and then the Hellcat wide body. But for me, which is a fantastic deal, where else can you get a car like that for the money? Yes, you can go to BMW, Mercedes, you can go to the other brands, but it's twice the price. This is a bargain. People know it. But also, you need to go to that next step. You need to, you look at the Mustangs and the Camaros, they're already through their 3rd or 4th generation of cars already. at this time. They've updated and updated and updated. These LS platforms, well, good. I love them. I like them. I like the way they drive. They're great, but they need to have that next step. You know, back to the SRT boys. They were fantastic when they did the Hellcat, and then they came out with the wide body. But that car was kind of like a mixed bags for me, because it wasn't a race car, like a track type of superstar kind of car. It wasn't really a good drag car, which, yes, it is. I mean, with the power and all that kind of stuff. But then they were smart. They went another direction, and they came out with the Demon, a focused car, which was fantastic. That was what they should have done in the first place. But instead of having the bolt-on wide body kits and all that kind of other stuff, I was hoping that they would revamp the body a little bit, maybe bulge out those fenders instead of having the, you know, I do like the wide body, don't get me wrong, but I think it's a little cheesy, a little cheap. I think they should have went with the next evolution of that, is molded the fenders and the quarter panels to fit those extra wide tires. Maybe not go as drastic as that, but maybe able to put a 285 on there without a problem, or 285 in the front and a 315 in the back, which would have been really nice, like that staggered offset, like a lot of the BMWs have, and you know, the M classes and all that kind of stuff. That's what I wish they would have gone and done a little bit better as far as with some of the architect of the car, making things a little bit lighter, and, you know, revising that. That would have been a really nice thing. I think that would have brought this car to the next generation.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight.